Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. No bad news here. Usually when I go live early, everybody thinks I got some major breaking news, but it in a way it is, but it's also kind of a notice about. I was able to talk to one restaurant owner yesterday, and I'll hopefully be talking to a few more uh, today. And actually, yesterday we talked to a couple. Um, just wanted to give a notice that Hometown Pizzeria will be doing takeout and delivery only due to this. They will actually be delivering with up to 6 miles, so that's pretty significant because Pizza Hut only does 2 miles. So they're going to cover a lot more area. And guys, the reason I'm doing the video is because we need to make sure that we support these local restaurants because this is tough. The people who are suffering the most is not people who work for other people. It's small business owners like us. We're the ones that's struggling because we don't get unemployment. We don't get anything. So we still have to find a way to make money. And also, La Fagatas, right next to Hometown Pizzeria, they're actually going to be taking orders at the door, and they'll bring you your food out, and that's how they're doing theirs. What I would suggest to every single restaurant is have a delivery. It sounds simple enough, but not always, because it's just sometimes it's hard to do. Some of your waitresses and stuff like that, they don't drive. They don't, and everything, but they need to really start considering doing delivery. In that way, not only are you offering another option, you're probably possibly increasing your business by offering that option. So, I'm trying to wait and talk to, Cooper's Grubhub. He'll be the first one, I believe, ever to have a restaurant that delivers that type of food in Union if he decides to want to do it. In my opinion, he's going to have to do it because if people, this is going to be tough. A lot of people like to come in and sit, and then if they don't, they'll just eat at home, make their own food. But if you offer delivery, you have a good chance of actually increasing some business with some restaurants. But Joe, okay, Wayne says, thanks, Kyle. We are having takeout at Kirby's. We may be available for delivery. So there you go. He's being proactive, which is smart. That'd be great, man. Get some Kirby's on delivery. I'm telling you, I think this is going to actually, in a way, help business in the long run. Not right now, but in the long run, possibly help them, because if they can see some success out of the delivery service, they could very well stick with it. J Rock said Big Hardy will be open Friday and Saturday. Josh, they are closing because they have to. The governor issued that they are mandatory now to close. So that's the reason why. Sammy says they got TP sandwiches, but like I say, hopefully I'll be able to talk to a lot of these restaurants, and the best way to combat it is to deliver. You're not going to see, obviously, places like Hardee's and Burger King, because probably 85% of their business is takeout anyhow, through the drive-through. Not a lot of people sit in and eat at these places. Only restaurant like that I can think of that might take a hit is KFC. They have a lot of sit-in business, and maybe Pizza Hut a little bit, but not much. There's been many times you drive by and you look at Pizza Hut, they ain't got nobody sitting in their dining room. So some of these restaurants are already kind of built for this. But like I say, the ones that we got to be concerned with is not these big chains, because believe me, they'll get their bailout. Pizza Huts and all these big corporations, they'll get their bailout. The little guys like Cooper's and La Fagatas and Hometown Pizzeria, all these little places, they don't get crap. I mean, we small business owners, we don't get crap. Have you seen Trump or any other president ever say anything like we're going to do some sort of bailout for small business owners? Hell no. They don't care. And it's the simple fact that there's a lot of small business owners and they just can't bail them out. I ain't going to sit here and necessarily say they don't care, but they don't care enough to try to plan something. And Governor McMaster's was so quick to the gun because not even Trump himself has issued that kind of order, but McMaster's is so quick to the gun to just simply go up to that podium in that Mississippi tone, you know, we're going to require that all bars and restaurants be closed. You know, I mean, as if it's like that, no problems, no leadway, no notice, no nothing. Just simply tell people that the way you make your money and feed your family, we got to stop today. And you might get some money in a couple of weeks. Let me tell you something. Small business owners, $1,000 to any small business is usually crap. Now, I'm not saying they're slinging around heavy money, but you got to understand they take in a lot of money. You know, a typical restaurant can make, you know, my goodness, depending on how good their business is, they can make anywhere from, in a small town like this, good gracious, if you're booming, you know, you could make up to, you know, $10,000 to $20,000 in a week. Now, am I saying that's what they're profiting? Hell no. It would be nice, but no, that's not what they're profiting. You know, they got to pay for their vendors, they got to pay for their employees, they got to pay for all that. Power bill is the biggest thing. Rent and power bill. Out of rent and power bill, you're probably looking at a lot of these places who pay close to about $8,000 a month to run a restaurant. It is expensive. So for Trump and all them to say that we're going to send you $1,000, and listen, some of these people are getting excited about that $1,000. I turned to Patty. I'm like, that's bullcrap, because that is nothing. That is absolutely nothing to most people. Most workers make more than $1,000 in a week. So you're going to send $1,000 for possibly an entire half month, maybe a month of work? It's bull crap. It's absolutely bull crap. But yet they're getting this $850 billion to get ready to bail out Carnival and these airliners. Now, you think they going to give them $1,000? Whatever. Lynn said, yeah, hoarding food, people, we got to stop. But I'm not going to blame the people anymore. I'm going to blame the grocery stores. You've got a limit on how many cans of Chef freaking Boyardee you can buy, but people can just grab up all the hamburger meat. Important stuff. Meat is important. Chicken, pork, hamburger, that's protein. You got to have that. If something was to ever happen, you got to have protein. And they're allowing these people to hoard the crap out of all that meat, and it's unnecessary because there's no farm shutting down. There's no meat company shutting down, but yet they're still allowing these people to hoard. Wayne said Kirby's today is baked spaghetti, shepherd's pie, and their regular menu 427-5779 or his cell phone 426-7025. We will do everything possible. That's what I'm talking about. We got to support Kirby's, Midway. I don't know. We're going to call Midway and try to find out what they're doing. Because see, they don't really, they have Facebook, but a lot of people ain't friends on their page. So we're going to try to bring it here because this is dangerous. Even for a place as successful as, you know, Midway. Now, don't get me wrong. They're going to be probably the less potential to have, you know, shut down thoughts. That's not going to happen with Midway. They're so successful, but you got places like Andy's, like I say, Hometown, Cooper's, that really sometimes make it by the skin of their teeth some weeks. You got Kirby's, and you have all these other restaurants like Seafood on Main. I mean, you have all these places, and if anybody can get a message to them, because it would be so much easier if they could call me or message me and let me know what they're doing. I'll do another broadcast and let everybody know exactly what each restaurant is doing. As far as Shady's, I don't know what they can do. I mean, it would almost be not worth it for them to cook food because, you know, their money comes from alcohol. And that's what I'm talking about. That right there is dangerous for Shady's because they can't serve alcohol in the parking lot. So Them and that other restaurant. I believe there's another restaurant down from Shady's, ain't there? Yeah. This and that, I think it, whatever that was. I haven't had a chance to really go down there. If somebody could maybe get a word to them, Dario, which they're, theirs is set, theirs is fine. They have a lot of people who eat in, but their takeouts. Ellie Bells, the coffee shop. I mean, I need to know all these people playing. I don't know if there's anything that they can do. Maybe they can do to go, stuff. But so, uh, Jennifer says J&T Express today's menu. Andrew, oh, okay. All right. Here's Andrew, guys. He said Midway is open, takeout only. So Midway is still open, guys. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what we need. That way people can be aware of what the restaurants are doing. Because if you don't feel comfortable coming in, we'll bring it out. There you go. Thank you, Andrew. So there you go, guys, with that one. That was Midway. They're doing takeout, still allowing people to come in. They just can't eat in. But I mean, no offense. I'm not saying anything, but their lines are so long and so big, it's almost the same as eating in. I mean, seriously, they're going to have more people standing in line. I mean, because it's just their food's so good. Midway's not going to really hurt from this. I don't see how they're going to hurt at all. Their food is really good, and but like I say, the little guys, you know, yeah, I would stay away as much as possible. I know it's convenient, guys. I know it's convenient to eat at Burger King and all these places, but man, you got to understand this will potentially shut down maybe one or two businesses if we don't patron them. Cooper's, Hometown, Ellie Bell's, Seafood on Main, uh, Andy's, Midway, Dario, Bantam Chef. Sorry, Bantam Chef. Which a lot of theirs is takeout too. I think they'll be fine. Um, you know, this is what we need. I would make it a point to eat there at these places for the next couple of weeks and stay and make it hurt. If you want the government to go back to the way things are, you get the people behind their payroll and the corporations, Burger Kings and all this, these rich people. Those are the ones that pull on these little political strings. You want stuff to go back to normal, hurt their pockets. I promise you. Okay, Farrah says Shady's is takeout as of today. Um, the Mexican restaurant, La Fagadas, they'll be is it La Fagadas? Right. La Fagadas, I get them mixed up sometimes. La Fagadas will be doing takeout at the door. Uh, yeah, you can call in, still do your orders as the same, which that might be what we eat tonight. You got to, Robert. You got to support local business. You got to support local business right now, man. Got to. I mean, yeah, you need to go to Cotton Barn. All these little local businesses. You need to support them. This should be the rest of the month. Should be nothing but like. I mean, if you got to go shop for groceries, I mean, don't get me wrong. Fresh Air. He's made his money over the years, but he's still a local business. Keep helping him. Uh, Yeah, his meats were out as well. Hold on just a second, Lynn. Yeah. Ann says, Kyle, please let folks know during this issue, Taco Bell's is closing lobby at 9 p.m. and drive through at 10 p.m. Okay, so they are still allowing people to come in, which is almost counterproductive, ain't it? I mean, it's still people coming into a close area, groups of people. I mean, it's very silly. Andrew said their number there, 864-427-4047. Their number will be busy a lot. Uh, just give them a second, try to call again. He gave another number, 864-426-4618, and that's for Midway. This and that country cooking. Yep. I would love to know what's happening with them. If somebody can give me that information, and all the other ones, Seafood on Main, all of them. What's the guy that does barbecue? Is it Leroy? Is that his name? I can't remember what his name. I want to say it's B and something barbecue. B&B Barbecue. I need to know what he's going to do. So it is very crazy. Lynn said also people due to hoarding food. I don't know how to do a group, but it would be good if someone would get one together for those in dire needs of food that we can all possibly help each other need. That sounds like a good idea, Lynn. We'll definitely look at that. No, Ken, there's no restaurants that are closing, but we got to make sure we don't get it to that point. You know what I mean? Because this could hurt hard. I mean, this when you tell a restaurant that you can no longer allow people to eat inside of your restaurant, and a lot of restaurants are built for dine-in only. You know, a lot of restaurants are just built for that, like Cooper's. Yeah, hometown's buffet, so that's what they're made for, man. We just got to make sure. Okay, Sally said Andy's of Buffalo is takeout only from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. until further notice. Can pay over the phone. We'll bring your order out to you if you would like. Praying that this will be lifted soon. 427-8711. So Nick said they're dealing with the same thing in Greenwood. Absolutely, Sammy. Guys, hey, you want to go talk to Sammy? Now's the time. You know, I'm not saying it's going to get to that point, but it does make you realize that you should probably have some sort of arm in your home to protect yourself. And if you need something like that, go see Sammy Fulbright and them out there on Whitmire Highway. And if Sammy can put their information up there, I'd appreciate it. I do too. Ellis, because Curtis at Shady's dad, his business is sit in and drink. That's what his business is. So he's going to take a major hit. So that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to make sure that we eat at one of these places every week. We got food, but we're going to try to support these places. One, we'll eat lunch from one. We'll eat dinner from one. We'll just do what we got to do to kind of help them and hopefully, yeah. T&L Diner in Jonesville. Yep, forgot about them. Pete's. They are takeout only. Like I say, if I could get as many of these restaurants to, give me as much information, I'll write it down and I'll do a quick little video as quick as I can to announce all this. That way people, if they need to know, they can come to this one video and find it. J&T Express in Santuck. Yeah, I agree, Fair. They should definitely post menus and information. I'm sure a lot of them have. Yeah, the notice was ridiculous. Like I say, Trump got up there Tuesday or Monday. What's the day? Wednesday? Yeah, he got up there Monday and he said, I'm not telling restaurant owners to shut down. I'm just telling them to take precautions. And like I say, then you got Henry freaking McMaster's getting up there and just out of the blue, I don't know, we're going to require that all restaurants and bars shut down. I'm like, that is a bunch of horse crap. I mean, you just going to tell these people without a notice of any kind. I don't like Henry. I'm sorry. I don't like him. I didn't vote for him. I'm sorry. I understand what he's trying to do, but that was a terrible decision. If the president of the United States has not made it mandatory, then clearly there's nothing on the table at this point to say that this is a dangerous thing. That's just my opinion. I just, whatever. I'm not trying to make this video political. It's about the restaurant owners. So, the cafe is doing curbside. Okay. All right. Sammy says they are at 315 Blue Avenue, Old Totem Pole. They're open from noon to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Definitely go and check them out for any of your gun needs. Everybody needs a gun in your home at any time. You never know when your day is going to come. Somebody's going to home invade. But today's world right now, it's really important that you arm yourself just for protection, not to go out and rob somebody, just for protection. Yeah, I mean, and even Hearts need to find out what's going on with them. Yeah, so it's yeah, I seen that, Sammy, with Columbia with curfew. I really don't understand that, but I'll have to read more up on that and find out why they did that. And if it's because of that one death over there, man, you talking about. I mean, this is just such an overreaction to everything. Like I say, my grandmother, she died due to complications of pneumonia. My cousin died of complications due to pneumonia. Where was our lockdown? You know, where was ours? It's all the same symptoms. I mean, I even had a conversation yesterday with a lady who's a respiratory therapist. She's trying to tell us that, listen, you do need to be aware of this. I think you need to understand that you need to make a bigger deal out of this. I'm like, okay, you answer me this, which she didn't because it ends the arguments. Answer me this. These people who have died, if I was to have had a cold and walked into these people's room and gave them a cold, or if I would have had the flu, or if they would have got pneumonia from the cold or the flu, could they have still died? And they don't want to answer that. They don't want to answer that because they're trying to say it's different. It's not different. It's the same symptoms. It's pneumonia and flu-like symptoms. I even said, what about chronic sinusitis? Because could that possibly do the damage that this virus is doing? And that's sinuses. And the answer is yes. It's all respiratory. So, it is completely blown out. But, just Greenwood may be going to do a curfew soon from what I'm hearing. I hope not. That would be irresponsible. It's irresponsible to shut down businesses without any kind of reparations to these businesses, without a plan to help these people stay, above water, is irresponsible. There's not been one case of it in Union. There's been a couple of cases in Spartanburg. I mean, guys, we're talking how many people in South Carolina? 20 people out of how many? How many? And then you have doctors saying that we probably already had it. It's ridiculous. I believe it's incredibly irresponsible for them to hurt these small business owners like this. And it's up to the small business owners to get together and say, well, what you did was irresponsible. And I believe that they should get together and it should be a class action lawsuit against the state. You got $850 billion coming to you. That needs to be given to the small guys. You let the big guys with their billions and billions of dollars just have to take a hit for one time. These small people like this here, we're the ones that need help. I mean, when I talked to Joe last night, I mean, he was aggravated. He was like, man, I got bills to pay. I got rent. I got power. Those things are so expensive and people just don't realize it. And I told him, I said, dude, I get it. I get it 100%. And he's just saying, please, continue helping, patronize them. When you're hungry, call them. 6 mile radius delivery. That is a long way, guys. Think about that. He could have one delivery guy out for 30 minutes easy. One person out 30 minutes easy making a delivery. That's how, I don't want to use the word desperate, but I guess in this point it is desperation. This is how desperate they are to get, to keep their business going. So make sure y'all patronize them, call them, find out what their business hours are going to be, support them. Midway, Andy's, T&L, Pete's, Dario, Grubhub, Hometown Pizzeria, good gracious, Seafood on Main, B&B Barbecue, I believe is the name of his business. I know I'm missing one. Shady's, T&L, I think I might have already said T&L. The Mexican restaurants, I mean, these places is where your concentration should be going. If you're going to eat out, give them your money. Please give them your money to help keep business here in town, okay? Andrew, one more time, said Midway 427-4047, 864-426-3339, 426-4618. Call with any questions. We'll do whatever it takes to make everyone feel safe. Yeah, and I don't think anybody feels like they're really in any danger. I have yet met one person who was, except for that respiratory therapist, who felt like this was a serious thing. But everybody else that comes into my store, they're like, man, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, nobody feels, and they just, what's scaring them is the government. How far they're willing to take this. That's what's scaring people. Like, dude, I had a guy, he come in, he's kind of an older guy, he was like, man, I remember back in the recession in the 70s when we had, certain days we could go get gas. He said, man, my parents, that was rough times. He said, man, this looks just like it. I said, well, I hope it doesn't get that bad, but man, it's damn near close. Don Punch. Oh, the Mexican restaurant. Nah, I didn't think about them. It is true that China One closed, and I tell you this: everybody's got to decide for their own. I forgot about the other China restaurant. Them too. I get it. Everybody's going to make their own decision of what to do. Maybe they felt like the best thing for them to do was to close, and that's absolutely fine. But I feel like it shows more panic. If you start to see all these businesses close, that induces panic. That's why I'm open. That's the reason why I didn't close, because I'm like, if people see me close, they're really going to, I'm not saying, oh, Kyle's closed, blah, blah. I'm just saying if people see businesses closed, they're going to get a little bit more panicky. And there's nothing to panic about. I'm going to be open. I don't care. I'm going to be open until this crap is over, so I can stand out there outside of that door and say, see, y'all overreacted. There was absolutely no danger. I didn't get sick. None of my customers got sick, just to have that proven point. Now, the government's going to be watching this video, and they're going to send in a guy with coronavirus. But bring it on. Just don't bring me that stomach flu. I'll take the coronavirus instantly. Don't bring me the stomach virus. Hometown Pizzeria and Grill, 864-318-5018, or call Joe at 864-684-1330. Yes, Lisa, yeah, cash on hand, that, to help speed up this process. Sammy says, we have had some come in and panic and fear. What do we do? When can we to calm the fear? And just said the governor MSM has this much power over people. That's right. It's like I say, we have got to put our foot down and say, okay, look here, we're willing to take the chance. Common sense folk here are not seeing the danger. And until we do, back off. You let us live our lives. And if it gets worse, then we'll look at it. But one death, guys, my question is, how many people's died of the flu since last week? Common colds, pneumonia, driving. Simple things. How many people just died of cancer since last week? I think we have some more serious freaking issues. Hell, HIV, AIDS. These are serious things. This coronavirus is not serious. They should have picked a better disease. If they were trying to make this a man-made global epidemic, they should have picked a better disease, because this thing ain't working. Joe said a correction on a number. I think he put a number up there wrong. Let me see. Yep, 864-319-5018. Yep, heart disease, hepatitis. These are serious stuff. This coronavirus has not hit my serious radar yet. One person in the whole state of South Carolina, one person in a nursing home. Guys, understand, people who are in nursing homes cannot take care of themselves. They're in bad shape. That's why they're in the nursing homes. And only one person has passed away from this. That's pretty damn good. Can we replace the coronavirus with the flu? Let's get rid of the flu. Let's have the coronavirus. Because a lot less people is going to die from this than the damn flu. I'm sorry. It's getting ridiculous. And I guess by me being a small business owner, I can feel the pain of these places, and also I know that sooner or later, are we next? Are they going to try to close down all those small businesses? I'm frustrated for these people, because they're good people, they're hardworking people, and now they're going to have to work even harder now. Because, McMaster, says so. Huh? Molasses. I mean, I can't stand listening to him talk. Man, he can't be from South Carolina. He can't be. Not with that kind of accent. From Alabama. Everyone needs to chill out. There you go, Kyle. Small time businesses. Going by statistics, most people have been exposed and built up immunity to it. People keep living. Use common sense. Stop hoarding. Thank you, Kyle. H1N1 was dangerous. Ebola was dangerous. Swine flu, bird flu, those were dangerous. This is nothing new. People need to stop freaking out. It's propaganda. Absolutely. Stop watching news. Stop watching news. Yeah, healthcare workers. I mean, listen, healthcare workers should always be on the protect, always aware. Like my aunt, she is a nurse and she stays sick, I swear to God, 10 months out of the 12 months because she doesn't have the greatest of immune systems. And she has fought off some of the worst stuff. She's had flu, she's had the common cold, she's had it all. And she's got a weak immune system. And if the flu ain't going to bring her down, I mean, I have pretty well confidence that this ain't either. And Kathy, I tell you the truth, that was probably going to be the plan to start with. They just didn't want to tell people that. And, that's rough. That's rough. I mean, the seniors, I will find a way for the seniors to get the recognition that they do. If we got to do a live broadcast of each senior, I'll whatever I can do, because they're not going to do all that hard work and not get the recognition. That's not happening. Joey says, thank you, Sandy. We have been doing this for years due to our health issues. We avoid crowds. My husband is on heart transplant list at MUSC, so we have lived a different life due to this, right? Because if you catch the flu, pneumonia, stuff like that, like my daddy. If my daddy was to catch pneumonia, that could really impact his health big time. So I worry about that. I worry about the flu and pneumonia with my daddy. I'm not worried about this virus. This virus is not a concern. Even to him, he's like, I don't care about that. But pneumonia is different. Now, this virus can cause pneumonia, but so can the freaking common cold. And people are like, well, we have vaccines out there, for the flu. How many people still get the flu after they get the vaccines? Almost all of them. Almost all. I've never had a flu vaccine, never had the flu. I'm not getting it because they've got to put the flu virus in there so you can build up an immune. That's why, like allergies. That's how they think when people are getting these allergy shots, they think they're getting this special medicine. Guys, what they're doing, they're putting whatever you're allergic to in small doses into these shots. And what they're doing, they're giving your body the ability to build up immune. And the more they do it, the more your body builds up immunity. That's why when you first get your shots, you have to sit in an allergies doctor's office for 45 minutes to make sure you do not go into a reaction of what they put in you. There's not been any changes yet today, Vicky. None today. We're still watching, of course, because they're doing a daily damn video where they keep taking away more and more things every day. Don't forget about musicians, sound engineers who's SOL. That's right. My senior's really upset this last year. I promise you, Michelle, if they cancel school for the rest of the year, I'm going to try to get with every single parent, and we're going to do something for them. We'll do it right here on KC. We'll find something. That could be true too, Lisa, year-round school. Right. I mean, the flu shot, and I had a guy come in here, he said he took the flu shot. He was a teacher. He said, I had the flu shot for years, and I kept getting the flu. He said, and it was killing me. He said, so I stopped taking it. And for the next 14 years, I stopped getting this flu shot, and I didn't get the flu anymore. He said, I'll never get it again. He said, if I happen to get the flu without that shot, I'll take my chances. He said, because the life I was living with that shot, he said, I felt terrible. All the time I was sick. I've never got it, and I bet you my life they'll try to start making this crap mandatory. They're going to have to come and hold me down. I don't want that crap in my body. A nurse told me that more people with the flu vaccine get the flu than the ones that don't get it. And here's what the doctors say about that. They say it's not to help you prevent you from getting the flu. It's to help prevent you from not dying from the flu. That's what they say. So that's kind of their cop out there. You know, why do you want to give people this thing? If you know it's got a high potential, I mean, would you want an immunity shot for AIDS and then it turns around and gives you AIDS? Well, you got AIDS now, but, you know, you're not going to die from it because we gave you this shot, but you do have AIDS. You giving us stupid. I mean, that's a bad comparison because one's detrimental, the other one's a sickness, but still, you kind of get where I'm going there. I had 2 strands of the flu, doubled them at the same time. I was on a ventilator for 13 days and in the hospital 21 days. I avoid crowds as much as possible. There you go. I mean, some people who have a weak immune system. Listen, I get it. My dad, he has one too, but he's just living his life, you know, because he could develop, like I say, pneumonia from a simple cold. This virus is not bringing anything new to the table. When they develop the flu shot, they guess at what strain it will be a year ahead of time. If they get it wrong, they still push the one they have. It will not work. Follow the money. That's right. I wanted to die after getting the flu shot. A lot of people say that. I'm a nurse. I refuse vaccines. There you go. I love to hear that. I'm never except for an occasional allergies. That's my problem. Allergies, man. It kills me. That's what I say. Chronic sinusitis, that stuff right there is rough. Freak the freaking coronavirus. Chronic sinusitis, that crap sucks. Sucks. Have you seen the symptoms for chronic sinusitis compared to this coronavirus? The list for sinusitis is like that long. The coronavirus is like that. It's ridiculous. And I've had it. I have it. It sucks, man. You get those big time dizzy spells, man. Feel like you're going to pass out. Oh, it's terrible. Holly, I might have missed Holly. I don't get the flu shot, nor has my kids ever got the flu shot. And we don't get it. Knock on wood. Absolutely. Until you get it, don't push your body to get it because, like I say, the virus is in the shot. They'll tell you that. The virus is in the shot. It's just to build up your immunity and keep you from dying from it. And they will, if it's a true doctor, they might tell you, you might never get the flu. But this is just to help you from potentially dying if you get it. And even the shot ain't going to give you a 100% chance on that. But you will more than likely catch it. I've had some of my lungs cut out. I went out last night, couldn't find anything to cook. Walmart was out of noodles. Crazy. I'm not going to lie. This has scared me, but I'm not stopping living. I always take the flu shot. No bad effects so far. And there you go. Some people can have, good effects from a shot. We're all different. Jennifer says, wait a minute. Jennifer says, again, J&T Express will be operating regular hours, 427-4210. We serve hamburgers and hot dogs. What? I'll have to check them out, man. Anytime somebody's serving some hamburger, you never know who might have them golden hot dogs, man. Today's menu, shepherd pie. What's up with shepherd pie today? What's going on? Today's menu, shepherd pie, chicken strips, mac and cheese, green lima beans, corn, and slaw. 1 meat and 3 sides, $7. 1 meat and 2 sides, $5.39. We also have a veggie plate, 3 veggies, $5.09. Wow, that sounds good. Might be giving them a call. Might be sure enough giving them a call today. What I'm learning about this virus, it would have been better than when I'd had a tick fever. There you go. I have COPD, not good. Exactly, Allison. So, like I say, even Allison, like if you was to get a cold or the flu, it's going to probably put you down, regardless of what it is. You know what I mean? And pneumonia, especially. Well, what they say is it's all a money machine. Absolutely. As soon as I seen the $850 billion, that's it. Maybe now when they get their money, they'll just say, okay, we're done now. We had to scare you so we could get this money. We got the money. Just everybody's fine now. Okay, whatever. Quit putting my family in a panic or my friends in a panic, these people in panic, just quit doing it because you're going to devastate lives. You're going to cause twice the many deaths because depression's real. And if somebody loses a business, they may lose their home. Divorce, things could happen, could possibly cause suicide. I mean, that is just one strand of what result can come from their reaction to this virus. And then people who can't get food, people who can't get hand sanitizer to protect themselves from diseases, people like Allison who have weak immune systems, they need to protect themselves. They can't get anything because it's being hoarded because you refuse to get off the damn news and quit scaring people instead of going, well, guys, I think South Carolina's doing pretty good. We've only had one death, so everybody live normal. Everything's good. Everything's still running. If it becomes anything that we see as worse, we'll let you know. But as of right now, South Carolina's doing great. That is the speech. And if he wants to do it in that Mississippi tone, that's fine. Do what you've got to do. But that should be the speech. Sitting here telling business owners to shut down because you think something might happen. Let me ask Henry McMasters, is your checks stopping? Is your pay stopping during this process? Probably not. Is your family going hungry? Probably not. I did, Amanda. I did see that. And they've been talking about 5G for a while, that it was going to be a big problem. We'll see what happens on that. But Danielle said, went to do shopping, and Walmart had nothing much. It's about out of meat and veggies and soups, and I shop daily for my dinners. Hard time to get stuff. Exactly. Now, they are stocking. They have food in the back. The stockers said, we got food in the back, but we cannot keep it on the shelves. And the stockers don't come in until a certain time. So that's why the shelves are empty. It ain't that there's a shortage of food. It's just that we cannot keep up with the demand. Like Amazon and these distribution places, people's like, there's rumors they're shutting down. No, they just said they're about to hire like 100,000 more employees to keep up with the demand, meaning that the supply's there. They just don't have enough people to shoot the demand out. You get what I'm saying? There's no shortage, but you're breaking yourself to buy all this food, and you're probably not going to be able to pay your other bills. You're potentially going to lose your house or not pay your power bill because they're not shutting your power off, but the bill still runs, and the bill will come due. Sooner or later, you're going to have to pay that power bill. People are thinking that they don't have to pay a power bill. That meter's still running. There's no stopping it. You got to pay your bills. And that is one thing I do say that Trump and all of them have failed to do. They needed to say, guys, listen, we're going to tell the power companies they can't shut your power off, but you will have to pay it eventually. Pay your bills, live your life normal, but, for the time being, because there will be people that are out of work, understand you still got to pay your bills. Yes, there was 2 deer standing across our front yard, and I told Patty, I said, well, dinner. Amazon is paying an extra $2 an hour through the end of April. There you go. I work for Nestle. We've pretty much been told we're going to work 24/7, keep up with demand. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The supply is there, guys. There's no shortage of the supply. It's just shortage of common sense. Shop normally, and there will be no shortage of food. There will be no shortage of hand sanitizer, no shortage of paper towels, toilet paper, whatever else you got. Let's see, D. Wayne said, I received my flu shot from the VA. She informed me it's not for all strands, just a few of them. There you go. D, I might have missed that one. I'm going back up. I don't see it. But I will have to hop off here in just a sec because I got to get to work. I didn't get to see the one about the Lockhart Power. James says, you can't walk into any grocery store here and make a complete meal. It takes multiple trips, which exposes you to crowds, and TP and hand sanitizer is gold right now. Absolutely. Have you seen it on eBay? One can of that Lysol over there was like $120. Stupid. And shame on eBay for allowing price gouging. Price gouging is illegal, but they're allowing it. I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot of class action lawsuits against Amazon, eBay, the government. There's going to be a lot. They're going to get their butt because of the overreaction. Now, if people were dying off like crazy, that's different. That is totally different. The Ebola situation, people were not surviving Ebola. They were not surviving it. They were dying. Healthy young people, they were dying. Trump and them have come out and already said to the younger people, you're fine more than likely. It's to the older people. But that is with everything. Don't go in there sick with a stomach flu, cold, flu, pneumonia, any of that. You shouldn't do that. You're exposing them. What? Yep. Yep. Like Patty's aunt, she can't have visitors, and it's really bringing her down. She's not eating. She's not eating because she's depressed. She refuses to eat till her family comes in. And guess what? They can't allow it because they're being ordered by the damn governor in Georgia. It's absolutely stupid. I highly doubt that, Allison. I highly doubt that. Dollar General's not going to shut down. There's no way Dollar General's shutting down. They're making bukus of money right now. There's no way. Now Belk, I don't know what all Belk ships out of there, but I mean they're more like clothes, luxury stuff. Could they cut back? I'm sure they could, but there's no way Dollar General's shutting down, guys. There's no way. Steve said Balo was full yesterday. Yeah. That's a good point, Christy. People that only get a check once a month can't stockpile all the things that we need. We are just left out, and it's so sad the way the zombies and toilet paper. What the hell? Exactly. Ebola was very serious. Corona is like James just said, it's an inconvenience. And it's not even an inconvenience to the point of having the disease, but an inconvenience that you then have to be quarantined to your house for 14 days. That's the inconvenience part. I mean, I'm pretty sure like that guy who's being held in his house by the law, he's probably going out there. Yes, I have the coronavirus, but I'm a little warm. My throat's a little scratchy. I'm fine. I am fine. And they're like, no, you get back in your house because Governor McMaster says so. You know what I mean? That is tyrannical treatment of people. If that person, and then when he walks out and he's fine and he's confined to his house for 14 days and he was never a threat to anyone, that's where you get lawsuits. That's where you're going to get in trouble. I believe so too, Candy. I believe it's an absolute way for the government to test drive, control how far can they take it, because this one's going to go away. In the next couple of weeks, coronavirus is going to go away. It's going to be old news. People are going to laugh about it. You're going to see memes, and this is all going to be back to normal. But that does not mean it's a preparation for about 4 years down the road to really bring out the one that's going to really scare people. Soon, then we're going to have 10 deaths instead of 1. Now, you imagine that epidemic, then martial law will be put in place. If we don't say no now, they're not ever going to stop because the government is always in control. Trump may be up there trying to do the right thing, but he is only one man, and he knows he can't fight the Senate. He knows he can't fight the CDC. He knows he cannot fight the Congress. He cannot fight them by themselves. And guys, if you watch him, it looks like he does not want to be up there. It looks like he does not want to say these things at all. I mean, he just don't look like Trump. When Trump is to his convictions about something, he is fired up. He's telling people, but he is up there and he don't want to talk. Have you noticed that? Anytime a question's asked, he's pulling all these other people up there. He don't want to talk. I truly believe that he wants to say this is a bunch of horse crap, but I'm having to be done, do what the CDC and all them are telling him to do. I really do, but I have no proof of that. So exactly, Brenda. I'm sure we're going to have help for anybody. Yeah, I seen where Dollar General was dedicating their first hour for senior citizens. And that could be dangerous too, because then you could have senior citizens going in there buying food for their daughter, their sons, stuff like that. Uh, I mean, it is a good idea in retrospect, but I could easily just send my mom or daddy, hey, go in there and grab me some hamburger meat. I'll pay you when you get back. You get what I'm saying? I just, it's a good idea, but at the same time, it does have its flaws, and people are going to take advantage of those flaws because that's what people do. Trump is extremely tired. You can see that. You can tell he's not getting much sleep. Now, I can't say that. He looks wore out. And they were saying they were up all night talking for like 2 days straight. I mean, I'm sure he's not getting a lot of sleep. But at some point, somebody's got to take control of this crap. I looked at my Lockhart Power bill on this weekend. It was $700 plus because they're saying I didn't pay last month. I looked at my bank account online and checked cleared, so I was not worried. I called today saying $1,300, saying they're charging an additional $575 deposit. Yep, because I was late, not disconnected, just late. Exactly. They tried to do that to me too, and I told them, hey, I wasn't giving them jack crap. The way to stop that with Lockhart is to simply file a lawsuit, and you don't have to do a class action. You can just simply go to your magistrate and file a lawsuit. They'll drop it, because what it would take for them to send a lawyer to come fight in a small claims court, a magistrate, they just drop the deposit every time. Deposits, Lockhart should be ashamed of their freaking selves. They're the worst ran company in Union County. Whoever those owners are, they're tyrannical. They're government. They're the worst type of people you could ever have, because they're taking $200,000 and just handing it over to Union County government, while they're sitting here charging the little guys $500 deposits, $1,200 deposits. Those are just fine. You can deal with it, but we're going to give the government, who's already got a $20 million budget, $200,000 a year. Screw you. We're going to help them because we can get something from them. You have no choice but to pay us. We don't have to ask you for jack crap. They step on the little guy, but I promise you, sooner or later, Lockhart's going to find themselves in a huge class action lawsuit. It will happen. It will happen. But D, I would highly recommend talking to a lawyer and, file that paperwork. It's $80. File that small claims court paperwork. And a lot of times they just drop the deposit and move on. Absolutely, John. Me too. Yeah. Amanda's like everyone who got a roadside swab, which I cannot imagine that was pleasant. Scanning your license, collection of your DNA. You're in a new NCIS database. Once they have your DNA, they got it all. That's why I haven't sent that thing, Ancestry. That thing, I'm sorry, guys. I know a lot of people love that, and they think it's. Listen, guys, they may be able to do a slight background check on you, but when it goes into a stretch of where you came from, I don't believe that crap. I believe you just gave your DNA to the government. There's a lot of issues actually going on with some of these water companies, power companies. We're actually looking into to one of them, the one out in Buffalo. I got it wrote down in there. I can't remember their name, but they're doing some shady stuff over there, and I believe it's about to get caught up to them. When I moved back to Union in 2017, I didn't have to pay a deposit with a power company at my new home. Now her power's with Broad River, exactly, and I know that phone is loud. Sorry, but I've been wanting to address. So Lockhart charged me $700. Yeah, they tried to do that to me. Like I say, they tried to do that to me. I have been with them for probably like you, right at 15 years. Never late. Never come close to being late. Never. They have never had to possibly come put a tag on my door. Nothing like that. and they tried to one day charge me a deposit. I went to go to turn on temporary power at a rental property just to work on. It's going to be a $500 deposit. I said, bull crap. I said, I have been with y'all for all these years. I said, I've never come close to getting it shut down. And they actually, they turned that power on, but then they turned around and said, one time I went to go up there to pay to drop off the power bill because I used to live right there. And she walked in one day and she says, yeah, you got a deposit. They're making it a requirement to all accounts that don't have a deposit on file. I said, no, I mean, I'm not doing that. I said, I'm not paying no deposit when I've not been late. I'm always early. Matter of fact, as soon as I get the bill, I'm paying it. Why in the hell do you need a deposit? Well, it's just in case. Well, when the just in case comes along, we'll work on it then. And they eventually took it off because I called up there and I was rough. I mean, I was on my way to Lockhart, but they actually did take the $500 deposit off my account. And they'll do the same. They just don't know which they'll put it on your account. Whoever fights back, we'll take it off there, but we'll gain. If they do that, let's say they just charge $500 to 10 people, and out of those 10, 3, 4 argue. All right, they got 6 to 7 people. They just made $500 each off of them. It's $3,500. You know what I mean? St. Luke's clinics and Spartanburg is no longer seeing patients. Yeah, there's dentist offices who aren't seeing patients because they say it's emergency only. It's beyond ridiculous. But guys, this was, like I say, back to what we're talking about supporting the local business. Make sure you do that. We will get a complete update on here to all the businesses. I'll try to do it in that nice little, screen that I do with the information that way, and I'll have it looped, I'll make a video. So if anybody can, my number's 864-441-8815. Please send me, your restaurant's information in the text message, restaurant information, and whatever you want me to put on there on how you're handling this. And if you're going to possibly do delivery, let me know. Give me as much information as you can, phone numbers for people to call, and I'm going to put it in a video to where it loops on my page and people can come to this and be able to share it and get it out there. They got one central location to find all this. And if you want me to put your Facebook page on there, just send me all the information that you want on there, and I'll put it on there. Midway, all of you, hometown, all y'all send it to me, and I'll do everything I can to get it posted up there and make sure that this doesn't hurt too bad. It's going to hurt regardless, guys, but we can make the pain a little less. You know what I mean? So, guys, y'all take it easy. I'm going to go in here and get to work, and I will talk to y'all later on today, I'm sure. So, everybody have a good one. We'll see y'all later.